Hello, Professor. This is Jose Bonales once again. I am here presenting at my final part 2. This is creating an Android application. The instructions is to create a mobile app to record a television show. The app is going to use one database table, and it's going to record the data entries of show, television channel, language, and genre. And you're going to create, or I'm going to create a method that's going to show the data. So I need to show that data has been entered into the database. And additionally, I have to create a toggle button so that I can control my data entry. When I toggle it on, I can edit it. When I toggle it off, I can disable the edit. And I need to label the classes and methods and widgets accordingly. Okay, so let's get started. Here is my project. I created 3 layouts, if you will. The first one just allows you to enter either enter show info or view show info. You can choose whichever one. You go to enter show info, then you have these fields to enter the show name, television, language, genre. And then down here, once you save it, it'll show you what you just entered based off of database query. Now you can toggle these text fields on and off to be edited using this enable edit toggle button. You click this and these will be disabled. You click it again, it'll be enabled. Cool. So that's that screen. And then the third screen that I created, oh Jesus. Android Studio is very buggy. The third screen that I created is just a button where you click it and it shows you, it queries the database and it just shows you the names of the shows that have been entered. And that's it. So then to do this, I created a database helper. And in this database helper, I create a database named shows.database. And then I create a table named shows with these values that you asked about, the ID or the show name, the channel, the genre, and the language. And then I create an ID as a primary key. And then I have, and then I also created the, where is it? Right here. The data source, which is here. And in the data source is the functions to be able to manipulate the data. So the database. So we have the open database, a closed database. We have a function where you can insert a show with the data. We have a guest last show ID so that we can increment the database based on what was last entered and get all show names to display the show names into the field that we care about. And then the get last show data, I use this to get the values of the last record entered and display them into that field that I discussed earlier with the different labels. So let's run the application and see what we get. So now we're running it. Oh, and we get our nice little emulator here. With our main screen, final part 2, main screen. Now we're gonna go and enter the show data, which is great. I initialized it by disabling these, so I can't click on them. As soon as I enable edit, boom, there we go. So I'm going to say, for ease of purposes, show 1, channel 1, language, genre, save show, keyboard hides. It gives you it was the first entry in the database, show ID 1, show 1, channel 1, language, and genre. Now I can change these. Obviously, I'm just going to say show 2, channel 2, save. Now it's a second entry. And then, well, let's just do 3 just to keep a round number. And that's fine. And there's the third entry. Now I can disable edit. Disabling in edit grays this out. Oh, and then I can't click on it to edit it. But I can enable it, and there it goes again. Cool. Now let's go back to the main screen. We go back to the main screen, and we can view show info. And in this show info is just a screen where I click a button, and it shows me the last entries that I that I made. So in this case, I inputted a show 1, show 2, and show 3. And I think that satisfies all the requirements in the instructions for the final part 2, which was to create a mobile app that records the television shows. I added these data entry fields into the database. I was able to show data that was entered into the database, and I created a toggle button to enable and disable the settings. And I showed you a brief description of the code where I named the classes, the methods, and the widgets, and so on. That finishes my project for this semester. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day. Bye-bye.